Thank you.
Now we're ready for the last playback, which is Alfred's. He would like to see where the toolkit box was open in the garage after Roger has left.
To see Jim's birthday present. I presume this is the famous birthday present.
Yes. A crate of gin would have been better.
He doesn't deserve anything treating you like that. But you know Jack Duval likes you. He'll talk Jim round.
Jim backs as the boss.
You think he means it?
What, that he'll drive instead of me?
Yes, Alfred.
That's told me absolutely nothing. I'd like to ask Roger a question. Roger, this is the garage of a racing car driver. Are there no other hacksaws in the garage?
Well, it's not actually the garage he uses all the time. I mean, this is our home garage.
Yes, even in a home garage, a man who's connected with the motor industry usually has a lot of tools. I mean, I'm only an actor and I've got millions of tools in my garage.
Oh.
None of them work. Are there any other hacksaws in the garage?
I've no idea at all.
Don't you work on your motorbike? Did you say you had a motorbike?
Yes, what would I use a hacksaw for?
What do you use a hacksaw for?
On my motorbike.
To cut off the corners. Yeah, that's put me in my place,
Perhaps
isn't
that's a saw a little bit off the end of the exhaust pipe.
Only if he was Jewish.
That's right. Don't say I don't feed you right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed.
Open up questions, please.
Can I just ask Barbara a question, and really both of you. You were invited to dinner at the house, were you?
Yes.
So you came changed?
Yes.
And what time did you arrive, actually?
Just before the first phone call.
Thank you very much indeed. There, I must stop you. Thank you. The time is now up. I'd like you to finish filling in your cards, if you will.
I
Now,
have
please.
one more question, very important.
Well, I'm sorry, we haven't got time
We'll
for
put
it.
our names on here.
Yes, please. Now, this applies to our audience panel as well. Don't forget to put your name on the back because you could be the winner of our WhoDunnit trophy. Right, time's up. I'm now going to collect the cards. Thank you, Amy. Oh, my God. Anushka.
I can't print.
Thank you.
Or
Oh, it's
spell.
beautiful. Is it in Cantonese?
How about that?
Patrick. Right. Now, before I ask the panel who did it, let's see if we've got a winner from our studio audience. No. 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 Yes.
Ooh.
We have. And it is Mr. P.M. Larkin from Bushy in Watford. So, panel, let's find out from you who you thought done it. Amy MacDonald, who done it and why?
Well, I wanted to ask the sergeant now.
Doesn't matter what you wanted to ask. Just tell us who done it and why.
But that would have helped me terribly. Anyway, never mind. I still think it was Duval with help from Mr. Schwalbe.
I see. And why do you think that?
Well, because I think he wasn't at the station at all, in fact, you know.
Oh.
I think he was sort of waiting somewhere else. He nipped in when there was nobody in the garage.
Yes.
Because I thought, how strange for someone to send a racing driver a bag of tools anyway.
Did you really?
Yes.
Gosh.
Well, don't you think that's odd?
I do. I think it's very peculiar. Yeah.
And then I think, you see, because he wanted Pierce to do the race,
Yes.
and also if, of course, Mr. Schwalbe wanted Mr. Baxter's wife, didn't he? I mean, that was
He
obvious.
did indeed, yes.
But on
Thank you
top
very much
of
indeed.
that,
I think we've got the message. Alfred Marx, who done it and why?
My first instinct was to go for Schwabe because, first of all, I don't think he's Swiss at all. I think he's German. I think, in fact, he's Martin Bormann with a clever makeup. I was going to ask him about coffee, but I didn't get round to it. Then I went off that. But I suspect strongly that it's the Pierces, John and Barbara Pierce, perhaps in collusion with his wife, certainly John Pierce. The motive, well, disappointment and needle. The clue was the cuffs, the spot. Nobody could possibly saw through that pipe without getting oil or grease on their hands. And I noticed that we made a great show of seeing those frilly cuffs.
Thank you very much
until we
indeed,
saw the interrogation, then there were no cuffs.
Thank you very much. Who done it?
Well, I think it was Alex Schwalbe, because he knew that all the others were in cahoots to tamper with the brakes or something in the car to upset the whole apple cart to get rid of Jim Baxter for the race, probably because of Mr. Pierce wanting to drive. I think he was the last person to get to the car, and when he opened the box, he was the only person, when he opened the box, the blade was back in the hacksaw inside the box.
So you
when
think
he
it was
lifted
Alex
it.
Schwalbe?
So I think he took the blade out, did it, and then put the blade back in again.
Thank you very
and
much
all the others to
indeed.
get the blame.
Thank you. Patrick Mower.
So that's it, eh? Well, I think also that it was John and Barbara Pierce, because they may not have been a murder. They just wanted to mutilate the guy so that he could get back to being a racing driver. He did tell a lie to the policeman, and he covered up when interrogated, but I don't really believe him. He's got lots of motives, and also Barbara was missing when, before Jim left on his really hectic drive when he was drunk, and she was probably cleaning herself up after the crime. And also the blade, when Alex looked in the thing, the blade was back in the box.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. So, stand by for now, the big, exciting moment. Are you ready? Will the real whodunit stand up, please? Well, that was very good indeed. Patrick, you were certainly on the right track there. In fact, you got it right. You did have the answer right, but your clues weren't as correct as Alfred Marx's. And Alfred puts John Pierce, perhaps in collusion with Mrs. Pierce, impossible to have sawn through the pipe without getting oil or grease on his hands or sleeve. John Pierce had removed his shirt cuffs after the accident. I love you, John. What?
That's Pierce to you.
Thank you very much indeed. So I think Alfred must be the winner, although, Patrick, you got it right. Well done, the two of you. Yes, it was the Pierces. Mrs. Pierce, of course, being an accessory. They only intended to stop him racing, but instead of a broken arm, he broke his neck. The clues? Well, when the Pierces went into the garage, that scene was all lies. But did you notice their conflicting stories? As we saw, only Mrs. Pierce looked into this and saw the blade was out, but her husband, when questioned, also said that it was missing. Now, how could he have known? Or did you notice after his visit to the garage, his nice white cuffs disappeared? You see, he got them dirty using the saw. You should also have noticed that he forgot to put the cleaning rag back on the top of the tin. Now, I'll give you a clue, you know. Off the cuff. Out, damn spot. Did you get it? Well, if you didn't, you've got another chance next week when the lead singer of a pop group shoots to stardom in an unexpected way. So it's goodbye from our panel and from me. Oh, one last thing. If you drink and drive, make sure it's on a golf course. Good night.